Kelly Bowman from Couture Color Analysis, and today we're discussing 10 ways to look put together every day. Do you feel like overwhelmed about getting ready every day, or unmotivated to get ready on a daily basis, or perhaps you spend hours getting ready one day and you look so put together, but then the very next day you just can't be bothered and you're walking around with no makeup like a hot mess? So there's things that you can do to ensure that you are always put together. And so let's go through these 10 items. Now, before we start, I'm a big believer in putting things into action instead of just watching things, just binge watching through so many different videos and not actually absorbing the information. So I highly recommend, before you start watching these, to grab a pen and a notebook, your favorite notebook, open it to a fresh page so that we can take down plenty of notes with action steps of how you're going to work this into your life every day. And don't hesitate to pause throughout the video in order to be able to write thoughts that come to you, or things you need to research, or things like that. All right, let's get started. Number one for looking put together every day: have a 5, 10, and 15-minute makeup routine that you practice until you have mastered it. For the 5 minutes, it might be just putting on a tinted moisturizer with your fingers and some lipstick, some red lipstick, and that right there could be a finished look. Or if you prefer a nude lip and have incredible eyes, you could instead put one eyeshadow color on in the crease of your eyes. And then 10 minutes would add something else, some eyebrows and mascara or something like that. You really have to figure out what features you want to enhance and be strategic about it, and then play with that and practice, like I said, until you mastered it. This is a tip that came from Dita Von Teese, and she truly is the queen of always looking put together. Let's move to number 2. This is for the hair. Have 1 or 2 quick updos that you can do in 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. So it could be something as simple as just having a straight iron and making sure that your hair is straight and it's not very messy. Or it could be something as simple as a ponytail. If you wear the ponytail well, for instance, Micah Meyer, the Elegance Queen, that's one of her signature looks, and she pulls it off really well. I don't as well because of my face shape, but there are a couple of other things. Pinterest is a great way to find lots and lots of examples of updos with tutorials that you can easily do, and make sure you have all the products that you need. Invest in those products so that you can just make it happen really quickly. Number 3 for looking put together every single day is have a maintenance schedule that works for you and that you stick to religiously. This could be as simple as what days to shave and wash your hair. This could be as elaborate as making sure that you have dedicated appointments for your esthetician, your lash artist, your nail artist, your hair artist. You could also look into more semi-permanent or permanent options, such as microblading for the eyebrows that can help with time, or laser hair removal. I don't recommend electrolysis. It did not work well for me at all. Laser hair removal works fairly well from what I can tell, but it does not get rid of everything permanently, just to let you know. Another option is permanent, semi-permanent lip blush. Make sure you research all these options. But whatever you do, it's very important to figure out what your budget is, what you're willing to truly put towards this, and also the amount of time that you have. So if you're into Excel spreadsheets, that's a great way to go, so you can see exactly how much everything is going to cost you and be able to plan accordingly. And also really open your schedule, whatever you have your schedule in, and pencil in those times and make sure that you can stand by it, because nothing looks worse than having, just not being up on your maintenance. But luckily, since this quarantine has happened, maybe you can find ways to do things more yourself. So that's something to research as well, and it can help you save money also. Moving on in the same vein, but a little bit more specific, is wear nail polish. And this can be truly as simple as getting a base coat, a clear base coat, and putting it on after you file your fingernails and make sure they look healthy and clean. It does a world of difference. Even if you don't like nail polish, you can put on a base coat, one layer of base coat. It dries in less than 5 minutes and it will last at least 3 days, and it will take 5 minutes to redo. And then you can step up from there. You could do a nude polish next if you like, and those don't show chips as easily. Or you could go all out with a deep burgundy, depending on your skin color, or a bright red or something like that. You can have this done in a salon if that's what you like to do, or you can choose to do it yourself. There are tons of YouTube videos that teach you how to do it yourself, and you can literally save thousands of dollars a year. But you have to decide for yourself whether or not it is worth saving the money versus saving the time. And that's something you have to be strategic about and honest about with yourself. What is more important to you? The money that it would take to do that, or the time? And you could make more money during that amount of time. And if you're doing it yourself, just practice. You won't get it right away, but you will eventually, I promise, and it will look salon quality. But if it's not your thing, then just get it done at a salon, seriously. Moving on, number 5, for always looking polished, have a capsule wardrobe, specifically in neutrals that you can easily put on and match together, so you always have something. Remember, the capsule wardrobe doesn't mean that your whole wardrobe is just a capsule. You can have different segments of your wardrobe. So depending on what you're doing that day, it may be a different section of a different capsule wardrobe. Darker colors are easier to maintain and they don't show stains as easily. If you go for lighter colors, you just have to be a lot more cautious. But it is truly wonderful to invest in 2 to 3 sections of a capsule wardrobe that fit specifically to your lifestyle. By the way, I have another video about how to manifest your dream wardrobe. It talks about this a little bit more. Please watch that next if you haven't already watched it. And please, while we're at it, subscribe if you're liking this video so far. It would be very helpful to me. I'm just starting this couture color analysis, and I would love to have you subscribed. So let's keep going. Number 6, wear a statement accessory. Figure out something that is a statement accessory for you, whether it be a strand of pearls or large frame sunglasses that you always have, or different scarves or other jewelry. This can take your look from just clothing that you wear to your own personal brand, where everybody will say, wow, that is Natalie right there. That is her brand. That is something she always wears. I always associate that with her. You can find that for yourself, whatever that may be. So take some time and think about what you would like to use as your statement accessory. Watches are another great thing that you could use for that. Number 7, have a signature scent. This could be anything from lotion to hand moisturizer to very high-end perfume. It's up to you, depending on what type of scents you like and how much scent you can stand. Some people are very sensitive to scents, so it could be something very light that dissipates quickly. But I encourage you to take the time to find something that really resonates with you. And every time you put it on, make it a ritual, whether you're spraying it or you are applying it. Think about, as you smell that, the ideal you that you are creating. And every time you smell that, it will remind you of you embodying that. And it's a great way to, throughout the day, come back to who it is that you truly are and truly want to be. Number 8, for always looking polished on a daily basis, is the night before, check the weather. Get onto your phone, check the weather. Pick out the outfit that makes sense for what the day looks like for you and the weather, and make sure it is all ready to go. This doesn't take very much time, truly. It could take as little as 2 minutes. It could take a little bit longer if you need to have something ironed or steamed, or if you need to polish your shoes. But plan out the entire outfit and have it ready to go, from your underwear to your accessories. If you need to change purses, do that. Make sure you have everything in. Nothing is worse than when you switch purses at the last moment and then you don't have anything that you need. Everybody's been there. So find the time in the evening to get this done. It will change your life, I promise. Number 9, let's keep going. Have impeccable posture. Now, I teach barre, and I think that's a great way to help lengthen my body. I've grown half an inch since I've started taking barre, but you can literally walk around with a book on your head. Take a break during your day, put a book on your head, and it may make you feel stiff, but the whole point of that is to make you understand where your chin needs to be held. You don't want to be looking down. You don't want to be looking up. You want to have your chin level to the ground with your shoulders relaxed, and that will always help make you look put together. You can wear the most fabulous clothing in the entire world, but if your shoulders are hunched, you're just not going to look polished. You're not going to look put together. And more than that, you're not going to feel that way. Your body language tells yourself and others how you want to be taken. So truly think about that and work on that posture. Final tip for looking put together every single day. Take time to breathe and reset throughout the day. Live in your feminine energy if you feel like you are a feminine person or are striving to be. Embody that. This is also one of those things that, even though it's not something you're wearing or what you look like, it truly does have an effect on how put together you look and feel. If you're rushing around from place to place that does not show being put together. That shows a harried, furried, frustrated, hot mess. Breathe, relax, figure out your next step and do that. Then take another breath and go from there. And just a bonus tip, since we're in quarantine and a lot of people are working from home, don't feel like you have to dress to the nines every day. You don't have to put on stockings and a tight suit that's uncomfortable if that's not who you are. It may be time to invest in a modified capsule wardrobe that is more luxurious loungewear that makes you feel put together, but isn't quite as stifling as what you would wear if you had to go into the office. So that's a big thing that throws people off, is they feel like, oh, I'm either just gonna wear my pajamas or I need to wear what I'm going to wear to work in order to feel like I'm being productive. You can create a whole new look for yourself during this time. In fact, that's a great way to go about it, to bring new energy into this time. Start looking online at things that might suit you for this time in your life and invest in those. Spoil yourself right now. Make sure it's in your budget, of course, but create a new way for you to live during this time that feels exciting and productive. And once again, thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this, please like the video, please subscribe and share. That would make me so happy. And also, if you have other tips for how to look put together on a daily basis, write it in the comment. Let me know. Let's start a discussion around it. All right. Ciao, ladies. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.